The wave hairstyle is a very trendy look for 2020. What you're gonna need for this is to first shampoo and condition your hair. I'm gonna then use a leave-in conditioner, my blow dryer, and a flat iron. First, I'm going to apply that leave-in conditioner, or you could use any sort of styling product. If you have a hard time having your hair keep hold, then you might wanna use like a volumizing spray or a gel. For me, I just like to protect my hair from heat. And with this leave-in conditioner, I know that it's going to do just that. Then I like to start with whatever your natural hair texture is. So if your hair is naturally curly, you're just gonna let it completely air dry, or like how I'm gonna demonstrate, a rough dry. If you have really straight hair, then you might wanna diffuse with a scrunching method in order to get your hair dry with a bit of texture. When I'm blow drying, I'm just gonna do a real rough dry. So using high heat and high power, and just blow drying my hair as quickly as possible. So now that all that moisture is out of my hair, I'm gonna begin by sectioning it off. So I like to first remove the top away, and using a comb, I'm just gonna section off the top, because I haven't determined if I wanna do a side part or a middle part. So if I clip that away, it means that I can save that for later. And I like to kind of shake my hair out and try to get it as big and as full as possible. Now the fun part, the waving. So I'm gonna take a small section over my ear, clipping the rest out of the way. And then with my flat iron, I have it at about 355 degrees. I'm gonna begin to wave. So when I'm waving this piece of hair, I'm gonna first start by bending the hair towards me, and then moving it away, and then bending it in once more. So what that'll do is it's gonna have the hair lay closer to my face, kick away, and then kick back in. With the next piece, I'm gonna work reverse. I'm going to begin first by flat ironing by working upward, then I'm gonna wave downward, upward, and then downward again. So what that does is it creates a little bit of lift along the front of the face. So you can alternate these, or you can choose to do just where you're tipping the iron downward in case you're afraid of getting too much volume, or you can tip all the sections up if you're not getting any volume. So I'm gonna continue to alternate. So this time bending down, then coming through, bending up, and then bending down again. Because I find that it's the variety that really gives this hairstyle a fun, sort of beachy, carefree sort of look. Tipping up and away, coming down, tipping up away, and then down. You're also gonna get more wave depending on how much you curve your iron. So play around. If you want really shallow waves, just do a slight bend. If you wanna have a really deep wave, then you're gonna want to make sure that you're really bending that hair. So now coming downward, coming up, down, and up. And even some of the ends, I like to make sure that they're flicking. And this one, I'm actually gonna copy what I did below it. So I'm gonna bend down and up, down and up. Okay, so now that I've got that side done, I'm just gonna move along to the back. So with the back, because I know that I have natural curl, I can really sort of just do a few pieces here and there. And most of this is just gonna be based on feel. So coming in, or you can set up with a mirror in front and also behind you if you really wanna make sure that your whole hairstyle is super accurate and even. But like I've stated in other videos, I think really what's most important is that the front looks really good and that you spend the most time there. So bending. And again, really just kind of basing this off of feel. And if your hair is straighter, then you're definitely gonna wanna concentrate and divide the hair in the back. Okay, so now that that part is done, I'm gonna move on to the opposite side. I like to make sure that from side to side, it's even or symmetrical. So On the first side here, I know that I angled it in towards my face because it's laying a little flatter. So I'm gonna do the same on this side. So first just angling in, away, and then angling down. And then just checking for balance, making sure they look similar. And if you're really wanting to make sure that everything is balanced and even, you wanna have just as many sections on one side as you do to the other. But I'm not always so fussy with this type of wave style. So then coming up, back and away, or up, and then down, up, and then finishing off with it down. And I'm just sectioning with my fingers, because again, this is a really sort of loose, softer, bohemian feel, so accuracy isn't necessary. Last piece on this side, even making sure to get these little baby hairs. So angling in, angling away, and then angling in. Okay, so then I'm gonna do the back on this side in the same way. So just going off the feel, and again, taking my flat iron and just doing that same bending movement. And then last piece along the top. Okay, and then the real fun part, which is the very front. So I'm going to kind of play around and sort of feel like what's gonna look better on me. So if I wear my hair to this side, it might look a little too flat over here. So I might actually end up sticking my hair on this side, or potentially, let's see, the middle part I don't tend to wear unless I'm wearing my hair really straight. So I'm gonna stick it to this side. So leaving this hair on the side that I know I'm gonna wear it to. I'm gonna then subsection everything sort of horizontally. I'm getting the rest of that hair out of my way, and then just continuing through. So I wanna have a little more fullness, so I'm gonna angle up, angle down, angle up, angle down. And if I need to, like if my sections become too wide, I can even split them in half. And so again, if I wanna create height, I'm gonna angle up first, and then working downward, and then to the ends. It will help though by having a few clips handy. And I'm starting to find that all my ends are curling in a little too much. So for the next section that I take, I wanna kick out my ends. Otherwise, this will almost look too uniform. And when it starts to look too uniform, it loses some of the effect that we're after. So I'm gonna angle out, coming down, coming out, and coming out all the way to the end to make sure just that I have that little kick, creating a little bit of lift by my face, angling through, and then making sure that end kicks. Because sometimes if you don't like it the first time, you might have to do it one more time. So let's get a little bit more. There we go. And then my last piece on this side. And this is the nice thing about having sort of no pre-established parting. I'm actually gonna put this hair on this side because otherwise I think it's gonna look a little too 80s and not quite the effect that I want. So now that we've got all of the wave completely in, I'm just gonna shake it out with my hands, and then I'm gonna refine. So refining, I'm gonna use a little bit of the Aveda Texture Tonic. And what this will do is it's just gonna create a little bit more separation and also adds a little bit of a gritty texture to the whole look. And then my little finishing touch, I always like to make sure I pop my earrings on. But there you have it, a really easy 2020 hairstyle that's gonna be trending, the wave style.